We have selected two last questions, which are very interesting, and we want to push them forward. So we have 10 minutes left, a little bit less than 10 minutes left. So Sybil and Sanjay, I know you are to the point. So, but we don't want to miss these two important points. And the first one is about behavior change communication, and there couldn't be a more timely question in a world where we are told every single day what to do, what not to do, and things are changing, and we are constantly in an evolving environment. So the question is how closely the system change is linked to behavior change communication. Where is the connection? Where do they intersect? Would you like to say a few words, Sanjay? In this COVID era, sorry.
Sure. I think, simply put, systems are collections of behaviors, and behaviors are outcomes of many elements of the system. So they're very, very closely linked, closely related. In the end, to affect the system change, I look at behavior from three lenses. One is, how do you change the behavior of individuals? For example, in the societal platform work, the platform thinking that we do, we focus on how do you change access, acceptance, and affordance for individuals so that their behavior changes with respect to what they're trying to do. Second is, how do you change behavior of organizations, because they are also entities. They could be functions of the government, there could be certain social entrepreneurs, there could be civil society organizations, there could be community structures, because the behavior is not only individual behavior, sometimes it's the behavior of that small collective has its own behavior, and then the behavior of the ecosystem at large. So behavior has multiple connotations. Whereas, of course, we look at behavior as an individual's behavior, but I think there are many layers and collections of people which have their own behaviors, right? Because in the area of networks and network thinking, the behavior of the network is a collection of many kinds of interactions. Interaction between entities, interaction between individuals, interactions between networks, because they're sub-networks in that sense. So anything that is working on system change has to fundamentally, ultimately come down to individual behavior, organizational behavior, and the ecosystem behavior.
Thank you, Sanjay, to be so to the point. Sybil, any remarks on that? Otherwise, we will move to the last question.
Yeah, only to say that I think that behavior change communications, I mean, this echoes what Sanjay says, I think, is an integral part of driving, the critical components that we both listed out earlier, and some of the critical components that you probably are imagining in your head. So in order for convergence to happen, there needs to be a behavior change amongst the various actors in actually coming together, as Sanjay said, to co-create. There needs to be appetite and opportunity for really understanding the system and understanding the change that is envisioned. So I think behavior change is an integral part of any critical component for systems change, and it's a multitude of actors that need to be taken on whatever behavior change that's necessary. And of course, more concretely for social norm shifts to actually happen in a sustainable manner, behavior change has to happen. So I think behavior change it's like this cross-cutting aspect. Yeah.